I think I figured out why studying is quite hard for me. When I compare myself, for instance, in the time I was at the university, to other guys who make it look very easy to learn stuff. And I had a harder time, and I think it's because I have a different way of learning. And maybe you have that too. So let's figure this out together. There are these guys who make it look very easy to learn stuff, to attend a lecture and have fun attending lectures and learning from books and from online courses. And maybe you are one of those people. I'm not. So back in school, either back in school or then at the university, I never had it that easy. It was always quite hard because I was never one of those people who are doing straight A's everywhere, because the learning style of sitting down, getting a lecture, getting told how things are supposed to be, or how things are supposed to work, and then at some point getting a test, learning all that and then doing a test, that was never my thing. That was, it's a special way of learning. And yeah, for me, I've figured out, I think I finally figured out why this was nothing for me. I finished university, of course. There was a lot of work, and it was a lot of how is that called in English? Discipline involved. But I made it, and I'm proud of that. But whenever I had something to do really in practice, that was when I could shine. If it was a project that you need to do during the university, or before university, I attended a 2-year, let's call it training or certification course. In Germany, it's called State Certificate Computer Scientist. That's basically a practical course that involves databases, involves web front end, it involves hardware, IT infrastructure, networking, all the stuff you need as a computer technician. Yeah, it was called State Certified Computer Technician, if you translate it. I don't know how much that makes sense in English, but it was a largely practical study, and like you learned something. You had a lecture, and you had some books, but it was always driven towards now this what you have learned is immediately applied. And so you did small projects along the way, where you could apply all that you have learned and more. And so I figured out I just figured it out, I don't know why. This is the way I learn. I learn not through books and study and lectures. I'm a practitioner, and I'm learning through actually doing stuff. Whenever I need to learn something new, I'm trying to get the basics through study without making it boring, without going into all the details that you might not need. Just the basics, so you can start applying it, so you can start doing a hands-on session, let's call it. So you look at how to solve a problem, you find some tools, you inform yourself what tools can you use, then install them, try to realize the solution you have in mind, and then basically whenever you run into a roadblock, you get more and more into either the documentation, or you get yourself a book that can help you, or you research in forums and so on to basically learn the stuff you need. And this is, for me, this is the way to go. And I think this is also why I am a quite good data engineer, and why this is fun for me, because it has a lot to do with applying stuff. It has a lot to do with learning new techniques, learning new tools, learning new stuff by applying it. And the whole data science field is all about tools are very accessible, so they don't cost a lot of money. You can try them out very easily if you have a Linux system, and it's very easy, very accessible. You have AWS or Azure, get yourself an account, try stuff out, set something up, make a quick proof of concept for yourself. You run into a lot of problems, and you learn and learn and learn and learn a lot by doing it. You learn by configuring stuff the right way. You run into problems, find a solution in the configuration. Boom, that is saved, that is stored in your brain, and the next time you figure that out. And so it's the learning I do has a lot to do with practice. And especially for the data engineer, this is something very important, hands-on, a practitioner, as I said in my last podcast. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying don't do all don't do online courses, don't do certifications, don't do lectures. If this is something for you, it's great, and I'm sure you can learn a lot. But for me personally, this is not the style I'm having. This is why I'm always focused towards projects, towards solving a problem. Give me a problem and I find a way to solve it, but without a problem, only just learning stuff because you want to learn it, this is not working for me. This has never been working for me, and this is not working for me. Just learning something because you might have a project, you might have a problem that needs solving in the future. No. This is nothing for me. And so ask yourself before choosing your path, is really, because it makes it a lot harder if you're a guy like me who is not very good at studying, dry studying stuff. It makes it a lot harder, and I don't know if this helps you so much. And I feel like the actual learnings that you have from being hands-on, being able to do stuff learning to do stuff, this is more important than from books. I might be wrong here, but for me it's that way. So ask yourself, which one are you? Are you a practitioner, or are you a bookworm? And are you able, or is it fun for you to learn from books and from lectures, getting a lot of information and storing it, and maybe then someday apply it, or apply something and learn right away because you only have the basics and stuff doesn't work out as you think, and you learn and learn and learn, have basically a learning journey along with your problem, with your project. Because if you do, the data engineer is really a field you can apply if you're into data science, into working with data. Okay, hope this helps you a bit. And for me, I had this topic on my mind the whole day. I actually wanted to do another podcast topic today, but this just didn't let me go, and I thought maybe this helps some of you as well. Okay, see you tomorrow. Bye bye.